Hello, happy Friday, and welcome to Friday Reads with me, Nina Soden, the redheaded author. Today we are talking about The Supernaturals by David Golemon. I am super excited to talk about this book because I have read a few kind of ghost story books in the recent months, and this one definitely gave me what I was looking for. All right, so The Supernaturals is the first book in the Supernatural series by David L. Golemon. I gave this one a 4.5 star rating, 4 stars for both writing and story, and 5 stars for characters and appearance. So let's jump right in with the Amazon book description. All right, let me show you that. Here we go, The Supernaturals. Named one of Rifle's 10 best haunted house books of all times. Built at the turn of the 20th century by one of the richest and most powerful men in the world, tucked away in the pristine Pocono Mountains, Summer Place, a retreat for the rich and famous, seems the very essence of charm and beauty. A scene borrowed from a wondrous fairy tale of gingerbread houses, bright forests, and glowing sunny meadows. But behind the yellow and white trimmed exterior lurks an evil, waiting to devour the unwary. 7 years ago, Professor Gabriel Kennedy's investigation into paranormal activity at Summer Place ended in tragedy and destroyed his career. Now, Kelly Delfoy, the ambitious producer of a top-rated ghost hunting television series, is determined to make Summer Place the centerpiece of an epic live broadcast on Halloween night. To ensure success, she needs help from the one man who has come face to face with the evil that dwells in Summer Place. A man still haunted by the ghosts of his own failure. Disgraced and alienated from the academic community, Kennedy wants nothing to do with the event, but Summer Place has other plans. As Summer Place grows stronger, Kennedy, along with the paranormal ghost hunting team, the Supernaturals, sets out to confront and, if possible, destroy the evil presence dwelling there. Okay, so, ooh, dun dun dun, sounds very exciting, right? I thought so. So this book was given to me by a friend. I definitely would have picked it up just based on the cover alone. I think the cover is phenomenal. The blues, the greens, the house looks haunted. The wispy type of shadow or smoke around the house is just gorgeous. That's why I gave this one a 5-star review for cover. I just think it's beautiful. It's creepy and it's just ominous, which just draws you in. I definitely would have picked this one up had it not been given to me, had I seen it in the store. All right, so let's talk about the writing. I gave the writing 4 stars, and let me clarify why. It was a bit slow and a little bit repetitive at times. I feel like Golemon, our author, is one of the best haunted house storytellers I have read in a very long time. So putting aside the fact that it can be slow and repetitive, he is one of the best haunted house storytellers I've read in a really long time. I was on the edge of my seat most of the time, and even when the story got a bit slow, when it slowed down a bit, there was no point in which I thought, I'll give up on it. I typically don't put a book down once I have started reading it. It has happened on rare occasion, but his descriptive nature in which he writes is just captivating, and it makes you feel what the characters are feeling. This book not only draws you in as a reader, but you can hear what's going on. In your mind, you are just completely immersed in the story, which I loved. Definitely not a book to read alone in a big, dark house by yourself. Just putting that out there. All right, let's talk about the story. I did give the story a 4-star rating as well. I really like ghost stories, and I've read a number of them. And lately I have read some that just didn't feel quite like ghost stories. But this one definitely was a ghost story. I liked how he brought in this modern twist of reality television into a very traditional haunted house story, which was fun to see modern day and this old house all twisted together. It did, again, like I said, get a little bit repetitive. The same haunting events kept happening throughout the book, to include things like the doors being pushed in, loud banging noises, this misty black entity forming in the shadows, and animals in the woods outside of and around the property just kind of losing their minds and going a bit mad. And even with those things continuing to happen, I still love the story. It was repetitive, but you know, they say you have to hear things, you know, comedy comes in threes. Do things 3 times and it's still funny, the 4th time not so much. The same thing is true with horror. It's scare you the first time, you jump a little. Scare you the second time, you're like, oh my God, what is that? Scare you the 3rd time and you're done. The 4th time, okay, it's a little bit too much. And this story just borders on that line. It scares you enough, for me anyway. When I picked up the book, I was expecting to enter a haunted house and to be scared. Okay, typical of a haunted house story. I wasn't scared, although there were those, you know, jump in your seat moments. I wasn't really scared. Nor did I enter a haunted house not to ever leave again. The story takes place in numerous locations, not just Summer Place, which is the haunted house here. You aren't even allowed inside of Summer Place, not really, until the Supernaturals, our group of ghost hunters, have gathered and seek out to find and hunt down, even kill the entity that is living there, the haunting that is living in Summer Place. And that isn't until just before Halloween. Okay, so I did give the story a rating of 4 stars because I do feel like it was different than other haunted house stories that I have read. All right, characters, let's talk about characters. I gave characters a 5-star rating. I am a huge fan of books that have characters with powers, and that can be things like vampires and shapeshifters and witches, which is what I write as an author, or it can be things like the characters in this book. Characters with the power to dream walk, with possession, with the ability to feel and sense the spirits and the ghosts around us. I loved it. It was awesome. And throwing those characters into a story with non-believers, because many of the characters were non-believers in the supernatural, it was awesome to kind of see them battling their beliefs and their non-beliefs. And, well, I'm not going to tell you the ending, but some of those people did change their beliefs. So that was a lot of fun. I loved each of the characters that by the end of the book were named or known as the Supernaturals, which were not the original team of Supernaturals midway through the book, the people that were gathered as the ghost hunters. But that group had grown to include not only Professor Kennedy, John Lone Tree, Jennifer Tilden, Leonard Sickless, and George Cordero, but it also included Julie Riley, a original non-believer, Harris Dalton, Jason Sanborn, Kelly Delfoy, and Detective Jackson, which was awesome. His transformation in this book was phenomenal. The great thing about our author of this book is that he develops these characters with complete, full, rounded backstories. You don't feel like you don't understand any of our characters. any of the characters in this book, you can go and go, yep, believer, or oh, non-believer, and this is why, this is his position, this is her position. And it's really great to be able to watch them all grow and change in just, I mean, a 482 page book, not that long, to have so many numerous characters grow and change over the course of the book. My only question for this book, and I guess I would direct this for the author, is why is it not a movie yet? I have looked on IMDb to try to find it because after I finished it, I was like, oh my God, now I need to watch the movie, and it is not a movie, and I don't understand why. This book should definitely be a movie. I'm just putting that out into the world and hoping that maybe somebody will pick it up and make that happen. All right, my favorite quote, because I always do have one. I have one quote, and it is Professor Gabriel Kennedy that says it, and he says, "Now tell me, I don't know how to throw a Halloween party." All right, I'm not going to tell you what that is about, but I'm sure you can guess. That is an awesome quote and a pivotal moment when things just, the weight of everything has just been lifted. All right, I will include a link in the description to this video so that you can pick up a copy of The Supernaturals for yourself. I do hope you do that, and I do hope you read it and then come back here and tell me what you think. If you have already read it, comment below and let me know what you thought of this book. If you've read any of the other books by David Golemon and you recommend them for reading, comment below and tell me what they are. I will pick up a copy and I will read them and do a review on those ones as well. I will also include in the description below a link to my blog for this review with a number of his other books for you to check out. You can learn a little bit more about the author. And comment there and let me know what you thought and if you have read any of his other books. Okay, that is my Friday Read selection for today. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Click on that little bell below so that you are always notified when I upload a new video. And if you like this video, please click like and share this video with your friends. Until next time, happy reading.